Hello and welcome to the show. We are here on GTA 5 with some more racing and with one of the new vehicles. This is the Squaddy, essentially a Hummer. It's even more boxy than an actual Hummer, which I feel is quite impressive. I mean, the Hummer is a box, and this is somehow even more boxy than a box. But there we go, and for some reason we're climbing a mountain far away from where we're supposed to be starting. Well, some of us are climbing a mountain, and some of us are we going back down the mountain now? Yes, sure, we'll go back down the mountain. What could go wrong? Oh, Impega has blown up, as has Blakey. Are we going to need a reset? No, we're going to be good to go. They're off already! Well, I mean, I'm not even sure who jump-started, so someone else will have to deal with the potential karmaing that is required. I think I've set it to current rather than, actual bright daylight, so we might not see what's going on for a fair bit of it. But there we go. I think we're off-road, possibly, on bits of this. I'm not 100% sure. Oh, dear. There's been some falling over. This is not at all where I expected to be heading, but I guess we've got some sky circuit. Maybe we're not off-road, maybe we should have some sky circuit. Around some places. Ooh, that's actually not a bad way of doing curbing. You can't really cut that, because if you hit it, you go on two wheels and you have a big accident on the outside of the corner with everybody else. That's actually not a bad way of doing a curb. Oh, you can't do it everywhere because you'd run out of props and everything, but yeah, you won't be able to. You can't really cut that corner. It works at the end of the day. We got a nice draft up this hill. Are we going to be able to do anything? Not really, actually. We're going to be kind of a little bit stuck. Blakey gets a good run, but then runs out of space. Really. I like the bridge. That's cool. Well done on the bridge. That's a really cool. It's oh no, we've got. I hope one of those recordings is good. I forgot it gets funny about the where you record. I'm on the wall. We're off the wall. It's fine. I don't know why it can't have a first-person camera on military base. Like, I don't quite get that. Or well, you can't have an editor, sorry, but you also can't be in first person. We'll make it around the turn. That's fine. We're in 7th. I mean, we're in the middle of the pack. We're not in immediate threat of being passed. Blakey's up on two wheels again. I'm about to follow. These things are really tippy. They do want to fall over, a bit like a Rumpo Custom, I feel. And I mean, there's always good fun. We want entertaining vehicles sometimes. Sometimes you want sensible vehicles to race. Sometimes you want the silly ones, and this is definitely on the silly end of the spectrum. We're going to have to just kind of lift and coast around the outside because we will run out of space otherwise. Let's Lando and Danger Man past. But again, this is one of those. It's okay for the moment. We can wait. We can look for a way past somewhere, maybe down here, to try and have an overtake stick. Don't quite know where. Not yet. Is this where the start-finish line is? I think it is. Possibly, yes. Okay, so that's where the start-finish line is. We will... Oh, go to the inside of a 3 wide. We do make that one stick. Oh, it did actually start saving, but just didn't work properly. I'm doing this just to make sure we get maybe something that'll work. Danger Man is alongside. We will crisscross. There's a lot of crisscrossing going on down here. We are to the inside once again. It's side by side for the lead of the race. So we want to be to the inside here. It's still side by side through that corner. No one has any headlights left, which does make the whole visibility thing a little bit more difficult. Back underneath. Maybe we can do something with this run up the hill. If we can all get into a draft, we can do a little bit of teamwork, do a little bit of, slingshotting past each other, or we can draw alongside Danger Man. It's Angus, sorry, that's behind us. I thought that was the blue car and Lado. At night they are quite similar colours. Oh, quite similar. Oh God. Neither of us were. Well, I mean, I was making the corner, just not without space for Angus, and Angus wasn't making the corner. And even if Angus had made the corner, wouldn't have done because I was in a bit of strife there. We carried a bit too much speed in the braking zone. These are not the worst things in the world to race. Just got to remember they are not race cars. They don't have quite as good of brakes, and when you're in the draft, you're actually going quite quick. Not most ridiculous, but still. Oh, that was some lag there. We're going to be to the inside a little bit. Got to be careful though, of course. Still worried about that two-wheeled antics as Ewan finds out some more two-wheeled antics. We save Impega from a unfortunate and unfortunate fate, I should say. That's the correct grammar. These is correct grammar in a FailRace video. Something is definitely, clearly wrong. Oh, through. Oh. Okay, that was sketchy. That was really sketchy. Through all of that, we're gonna be out of position through here. Yes, we are, and that's gonna give us a big oversteer moment. The only good news is Danger Man got in a world of trouble. Danger Man was just stuck with nowhere to go, and that lost a whole bunch of momentum. That has got going again. So I've not come out of this amazingly well. We've got a couple more times around to try and make something happen. I think it's just going to get, the lead group is just going to get bigger and bigger as the race goes on, unless we have accidents. That is generally how these races go. It's how catch up and slipstream is, I say, supposed to make them, but that's what we hope for. We're going to go for a mega overtake. We get past about 3 cars on the inside there as they were all squabbling with one another. I mean, this is going to be... This is one of the real dangerous corners, because somebody's going to try and get greedy somewhere along the lines and go for that sort of dive across the inside. And he's going to roll. Oh, they haven't already. It's fine. It's fine. We're just going to be 4 wide on the exit. This track is barely 4 trucks wide, let alone that being a good idea at race speeds. Actually, race speed's slightly slower with these. Lado was caught up to the group, which is going to make it 10 cars for the lead of the race. The Hummers for the lead of the race, not really cars. So we got in trouble last time around. We're going to be a little earlier on the brakes this time. Oh, almost. Lado turned in, didn't quite realise there was a truck alongside. But we got away with it. It's fine. A little bit of understeer through here. Oh, there's at least one has fallen off into the water. It's not what you want. Going to give a push. Let's go. Imagine bump drafting with these would be okay, but I guess I could be wrong. I'm looking for any sort of slipstream at this moment in time. Purple truck gets a big slide. Oh, no space for that. I'm actually really glad. Like, kind of saw us coming and didn't try and fire that truck into a gap that, well, wasn't going to be there. Thankfully, backed out of it, realising it's just going to lead to a crash. Hyper's onto 2 wheels. And Pega gets a small nudge across the back and ends up out wide. I mean, we're in the fight at the moment. It's just a lot of vehicles battling for position. So it's easy to make gains, but easy to lose a bunch as well if things go wrong. We're going to hopefully pass Ewan here. Oh, purple truck in trouble. Have a lift. I actually want to go back. Yeah, I want to get back on the racing line. It's not really, there's really one line down there if you want to carry any sort of momentum, and that was not the one that I was on. And Pega's turn to get that big slide. We get a great run. Blakey's going to come with us, hopefully. We're going to get 1, 2... Oh, no, bridge! Oh, Team Orange has killed itself. Oh, I'm not in a good place. Oh, what I've done, I've turned the wrong way to do a J-turn out of traffic. I'm really sorry. Every time it's poor longbow. Oh, and I found another bridge while I was spinning the camera around. It's all gone wrong. We had such a good run, and I got alongside, and I just didn't notice the bridge until it was way too late to do anything about said bridge. Bugger. That's... Oh, there's Hyper. Hello. Well, you know, Hyper, we could go for a recovery drive through the field. It wouldn't be the first time I've done this, but I think with the amount of time we have left and the laps we have, the amount of distance we have to make up with the time we have left, I think that's going to be difficult with these. Hyper has a full complement of headlights, which is rare in this race. Mine went a long time ago. Alright, it's me and the 2 purple cars actually back here. If we can work together, it might not be impossible to do something. But we've got to work together, we've got to work together well, we've got to not cost each other more time, and that is always difficult. Stevie with a big run first, maybe? Or he's just going to stall out alongside. It's not really what we need. Hyper has got past this time, so that's good. That is what we need. Oh, we're in the slipstream in the braking zone. We're going to bump the wall, but that's all it is, just a bump. Thankfully, the tail of the back of Hyper's truck will get us going a little bit. Can we get the pass done into this next corner? Can we do it cleanly? I think we can. And then we can do, yeah, now we can start getting that teamwork going. So we'll slingshot past, and then after this next corner, hopefully Hyper can be close enough to get back past me, and then we can just keep this going. There we go. That's the ticket. Lovely stuff. And then next straight, we'll swap back again, and ideally you want 3 vehicles to be able to do this to its best effect, because then if something goes a little bit awry, you've got kind of a chance to regroup. But me and Hyper did a really, really good job here of not messing it up with the 2 of us. as I will now get back past, and then we will give the tow to Hyper's truck on the exit of this section. Although now we're kind of back with a group. Oh, Longbow. Longbow understeers wide and ends up in the wall. So yeah, this bit here is kind of single file. It's down towards the start-finish line-ish part where you might be giving away, where you'll be happy to give away a tow to somebody down here. Oh, Hyper's fallen back. Well, I guess we're going to be working with Blakey now. It's fine. I thought Team Orange can unite once more to work to try and get about 7th place at this stage. Blakey always goes to the outside. Okay. I was expecting that to go to the inside, but that works just as well. We'll fall back into line. No point doing anything stupid. At this point, we want to catch the two ahead of us, not fight ourselves into oblivion, although not go so wide we end up in the wall there. I imagine Blakey with a lot more overspeed than expected didn't quite know where to brake at that corner. Right, can we catch Lado and Level 8 by the end of this lap? We're not going to catch the lead pack, unfortunately. We lost too much time too near the end of the race. Okay, I mean, that's probably understandable. We had a very big crash. My mistake on that one. I just misjudged the gap of where the bridge was. But, yeah, we're not going to have a chance to recover. But we might be able to get a position up here. Sadly, they're kind of got slipstreaming off each other, and I'm not within range yet. I haven't got anybody else to work with. I've got to hope they either make a mistake somewhere, or that in their fighting they do slow each other down a smidge. Oh, there has been a crash up ahead with Chris and maybe Angus falling back. There's more vehicles potential for us to overtake on this final lap. You know, that's always good. We get a good run up the hill. Although, again, we're into this kind of single file part where overtaking is difficult. Anyway, I actually wanted to cut back to the inside, but you know what? If that works, it works. Chris, I need you to go. I need you to get off that corner because we did a really, well, I mean, spectacular overtake. Where's the draft for me? Game! I need something here. I do. Chris is on 2 wheels. I'm on 2 wheels. Lado's on, everyone's on 2 wheels across there. I'm getting some oversteer. Level 8 gets a good run behind us. Can we have a look to the inside through this section? We can, and Chris has ended up out in the wall and does a, well, it looks like a kickflip in front of Level 8. There was space through there. Chris just ended up out wide and in a little bit of bother, although I've ended up out wide and in my own strife down there trying to pass Lado. Shouldn't have gone for that. I would have been better off just following through that section. I knew we didn't have very long. Yeah, I should have originally waited for this start-finish straight. Sometimes I thought the straight wasn't quite as long as it was. It's been a poor race by me, if I'm honest with you. There's going to be a chance at redemption. But, yeah. That was a bit of a poor race for me there. Fastest lap actually does go to Chris at the end of that. The vehicle's quite good. It's nothing, I say it's nothing crazy. It's just an off-roader. Drives fairly well. Does fall over a little bit, but nothing unexpected given the type of vehicle. I don't know where Ollie has got to with this. Found a cave to park a Hummer. Sure. Why not? This time with a little extra visibility. It's time for our second race. We've got the Coquette Classic. Again, a vehicle that I have not driven for a little while. Hopefully it's going to be good. I mean, this seems like a really good fun track. The Hummer, I got a little bit unlucky. I made some mistakes. We got a little unlucky and all of that. And yeah, didn't quite go our way. And it's not the easiest of things to drive. Oh, we're having a spin in front of the pack. Somehow we didn't have a very big death. I don't quite know how we got away with that as well as we did. I think everyone saw the orange car twitching in the middle of the road and kind of just stayed well clear of it. I think Lado may have backed out of that one to avoid the mayhem. Sometimes that's just what you got to do. Hyper and Chris have had a little, I think I had a little bit of a bump. We are clear of all of that mess. It's not going to last, of course. While this is not the craziest fast track we've done, catch up and slipstream still going to be effective, especially down this straight here, across the bridge. Me and Pega's already here. Hyper's past us as well. There goes Stevie with the other purple car. I don't think these vehicles can bump draft from what I remember. Certainly, like shape-wise, I would not expect them to. You know, like sort of the flatter the front and rear of a vehicle, the better. There's so many angles going on with this. I mean, the whole nose of the car is a point. Suggests that bump drafting might be iffy. This is GTA 5, so who knows what the physics are going to decide on. But I feel like perhaps better not to risk it with these. unless absolutely necessary at the end of the race. Team Orange are 3rd and 4th at the moment. That's always good. We can get a move done on. Oh, maybe. No, we can't. Not got the grip to do that. Okay, well, I'd rather learn that here. I don't know what happened to Team Orange. What happened to Blakey? Oh, Blakey's back there. Right, learnt my lesson. Don't have that big dive. As I said, there was space to get away with it, but I don't want to do it again. Now, beware of bridges. There are bridges down here, and last time I managed to piss it up down this section as well, so doubly be careful. And Pega with quite a nice lead at the moment. Will be caught, but still a nice lead to have now. I mean, it's on the final lap if you're far enough away. It's not going to be the biggest slipstream fest, I wouldn't have thought, to the start-finish line. I mean, it's still going to be helpful to have, but it's not going to be as bad, again, as some circuits we have driven. It is 4 cars for the lead. If we can get stopped down here and not end up in the back of the purple machine, thankfully we can. Impega versus Danger Man. Is it Stevie or Hyper in second? I think it is Stevie, it is indeed. Running quite deep through this corner. Almost lost the back end. Still fighting the back end of the car. Very wide through all of that. Not going to help matters. The problem is it actually put us too far back. Oh, we got Hyper's behind us. It's too far back for us to be getting any of the slipstream bloody benefits back here. We'll run the curbs a little bit. But they might end up going 3 wide. I can only run the curbs so much though, because then there's a bridge. We're going to go 3 wide so no one's getting any slipstream. That helps me out, no end. I'm just going to back it down nicely. Be sensible through that corner. Because, yeah, when they're going 3 wide, the chances of there being an accident are quite high. And if I'm at a nice sensible speed, not going for a crazy lunge, more likely to be able to pick a way through an accident. Actually, I'll follow, I think, through here. No point going for a big dive. This corner here is an overtaking chance, but you've got to be right there. And I feel like at this point, is it really worth going for a crazy lunge at that corner? Probably not, when I'm not sure it's a good overtaking spot. Stevie thinks about going to the inside. I mean, that's what I did last lap and it went wrong for me. Much wiser to back out of it. Blakey's across the curve. So Team Orange is kind of back a little bit. Blakey's almost in this group. That's what we like to see. Side by side for the lead again. Let's try and not end up in trouble through here. These corners are nasty. It's good. It's kind of like on the edge. Ooh. It's not quite... They're not flat out corners, but they're very fast corners. They're almost on the limit a bit as you throw the cars around, and that's always good fun to drive. We're up to 3rd, and we are now very much in the tow, although if Stevie gets a much better run. Don't hit the bridge. Paranoid about the bridges now. There's going to be anywhere to go for me. There's kind of a gap in the middle. Do you want to put your car in that gap? Do you risk it, though, at this point? Maybe we have a go at turn 1. We've generally been quite good at getting the car stopped for turn 1. We take a much tighter line through here than a bunch of cars, though, and Pega follows me this time around. Downside of the tighter line is you're generally not very quick on the exit. Now, it works if the car ahead makes a mistake, but if they're taking a normal line, then, yeah, they're going to get a little bit faster exit than you, but we're all good. We're still mostly as a group. We've lost one, maybe? One of the purple cards, I think. It's fallen back a smidge. Hyper's not with us at the moment. We're going to get a good run here, but we're going to do exactly what happened to them last time around. We're going to get alongside and stall out. We don't get the slingshot. There goes Impega. Blakey is going. I think Blakey thought about going to the outside. I was starting to move to chase Impega and then stopped, and Blakey changed mine. Sensible thing. Again, sensible decisions are being made to avoid unnecessary crashes at this point in the race. I mean, they're all unnecessary crashes, but yeah, sensible decisions are being made rather than, you know, if you've got the big momentum, you have to. You don't have to use the huge run every single time. If you're not 100% sure, it's better to wait. There's going to be another chance. Around a track like this, there's always going to be another chance, and it's better to wait for a good chance than throw everything away on a half chance like that. That wall is always going to be, well, minimising that gap. What's the point in putting my car there? Because we'll get a run up the hill, or we're going to run through the next corner. If it's the final lap, you might have a different say, but even then you don't want to crash out on the final lap with a couple of corners to go. And say, well, no. So... yeah, sure, sometimes you've got to try something, but at this point of the race, in an iffy try something, it's probably not worth it. Around the outside there, though, you do make a pass stick. Oh, there we go. And we're back into the draft of Impega's car. I mean, oh, don't know what happened to Danger Man on the inside. That would be enough. So, I mean, it wasn't really a slipstream. Well, kind of a little bit of slipstream down towards the start-finish line, but not much there. Blakey is going to arrive with a lot of speed at some point, I would imagine. We are not going to be able to take our tight inside line here. We are going to be stuck on the wider line. So we'll give space if any cars understeer a bit wide. And we'll fall back into line when it becomes apparent that we'll only end up in the back of Impega's car. So we'll just bide our time a little bit. What lap number are we on? 4 out of 5. Okay. Still got a 4-car breakaway at the front. Well clear of the rest. Oh, you get a big oversteer moment through there. It's kind of okay in some ways. It drops us back, but it gives me and Blakey a really big... Oh, I'm going to have a lift across the crest because they're just going to run out of space. Oh, got hooked on the back of Impega's car. Yeah, there we go. Well, it kind of worked. We had the initial run. We had to back out of it a little bit, and somehow that all worked out. There's a couple of cars a little further back that might join the party before the end of the race. Oh, Impega's going to go around the outside. Works. No, he's brave, but got the job done. At the end of the day, do I want to go and try and return the favour up here? We might be able to put our car in a position to try it, but again, it's a big risk. Can we get a good run? Not quite. I need to be a little bit braver on the brakes there. Still going to get a good run down here. Now we can get this done and not take too bad a line through here, which is... that kind of works. We're across the curb. Oh, yeah. A couple of cars further back have joined us. I think that's Level 8 and Danger Man are in the group. Ooh. A bobble off a curb? Maybe. Now, this section here. This section is very much single file. Well, we have made passes stick down here, but it is a difficult one to get a pass to stick. It's all about this exit. And I haven't had a good one. We've got a bit of a wobble. It took a couple of bites at the throttle, although further back, Stevie and Danger Man ended up out very, very wide. Here comes Impega. He's alongside. Oh, this might be very close. Battle to the finish. So Blakey's got all the slipstream, but I mean, you're kind of out of spaces. You're kind of out of position to put that car now. Level 8 is going to have a big run and does find that gap to the inside. So that is up to the lead of the race. We are going to stay ahead of Impega. Now, unless anything really crazy happens, it may well come down to us four. I don't think anyone else is going to have time to catch unless something wacky happens. We really fight each other. There's a big wreck, etc. Can we get ourselves in a good position for that run to the finish line? We've got to make sure we don't make any mistakes until then. We're going to get a big toe across the bridge. Pega kind of wanted to go to the outside, a little bit odd. Blakey's going to maybe try and go through the middle. Everyone wanted to kind of get across to get into the draft of me. And now we are 3 wide at the bottom of the course. I'm going to go underneath Impega there. Don't want to fight that one. Don't want to fight that one in the middle of a 3 wide, but we're going to be on the outside at the hairpin. Impega is going to just leave us space there. We're going to get the momentum off the corner to be side by side. Now this is where we said, you know, you'll go single file on lap 1, but on the final lap you fight it that little bit more, and that is what we do up here. We get a kick of oversteer through that corner. We're still side by side, and this is now the fighting that's bringing other cars into the group. Blakey's going to get all of us to the inside there, but you've got to be careful of that tight line because you will understeer wide through there. Impega bubbles the grass, bubbles the curve, Level 8's here. Stevie's back in the fight, bringing somebody with him. I don't know who it is. We're side by side. Team Orange are going too wide. We're going to try and not put the orange car in the wall. We're going to slide our way onto this section. Blakey gets the move done, but will we be able to get the slipstream run off the back of the orange car for the run to the finish line? I'm hoping so here, if we can get out of the final corner well, which we do. Blakey moves across to try and stop the tow. I don't think it's going to be enough. It's going to be a Team Orange 1-2. It's a lovely flying finish for Team Orange. I think Longbow got third in the end of all that. Don't know what happened to Impega. And was it Level 8 was around there, up at the front. But yeah, me and Blakey, good old Team Orange, gets that 1-2. Fastest lap would go to Liam down into... We've actually seen Liam very much in that race. It is the way that it goes sometimes with these. There's the collection of cars that had a bad day, I think. That's the art installation. The RimWorld painting. The collection of cars that had a bad day. Yeah, that's a fun track. It's a good fun track to drive around. It's quick. There are some good overtaking spots. A couple of quite dangerous corners. Don't race it at night time. You won't see the bridges particularly well. But yeah, that's a good fun circuit. I enjoyed that one. The coquettes were good. Yeah, that's what more could you want really from from a race. I'll take a victory. That though is going to be it for this video. Thank you all very much for watching, and thank you to Level 8 for building this wonderful track. Until next time, a goodbye.